Most parents know the struggle of trying to keep a toddler occupied for more than 10 minutes, without them turning the living room into a demolition zone. That is where this little sports center comes into play. It is essentially a miniature stadium packed into a footprint that actually fits in a standard backyard or a decent-sized playroom. What hits you first is how much they managed to cram into one frame. You have got the slide, the climbing ladder, a basketball hoop, and even spots for football and soccer practice. It is a lot of variety for a piece of plastic, and honestly, it is pretty clever how they laid it out. The construction feels solid too. It uses that double-walled plastic that Step2 is known for, which means it is not going to buckle under the weight of a few energetic 3-year-olds. You can tell just by looking at the seams that this thing is built to survive a few seasons of rain and sun without turning into a brittle mess or losing its color. Now, here is the thing about the assembly. It is not exactly a 5-minute job. You will want to set aside some time and maybe grab a drill to make things go smoother. But once it is up, it feels sturdy enough that you are not constantly worrying about it tipping over. The safety rails on the steps are a nice touch, giving those smaller kids a bit of extra confidence as they climb up. One of the cooler features that often gets overlooked is the space underneath. It creates this little nook that kids naturally turn into a hideout or a storage spot for all the stray toys that usually end up scattered across the lawn. It is a simple addition, but it adds a lot of value to the play experience. The included balls are a decent size for little hands, though they are inflatable, so keep a pump handy because they might lose a bit of air over time. If there is a downside, it is that the scorekeeper is a bit basic. It is more of a manual thing than a high-tech gadget, so do not expect any fancy electronics here. It is purely analog, which is fine, but it might not hold the attention of older kids for very long. Also, while it is marketed for indoor use, it is definitely on the bulkier side, so make sure you have the floor space before committing. It is not something you will want to be dragging back and forth between the house and the yard every day. But for what it is, it hits that sweet spot of encouraging physical activity without feeling like a chore. It gets them moving, working on their coordination, and actually burning off that endless supply of energy. If you have a kid who is constantly bouncing off the walls, this is a solid way to give them a dedicated space to channel that energy. It is durable, it is engaging, and it keeps them busy, which is really all you can ask for at the end of the day.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.